summer. So congrats on that as well. We have a couple of different options. Not sure if you guys had an opportunity to read through the booklet at all, but the 3 events that we selected for the Softball Factory College World Series event in Oklahoma City, the International Cup, and then also the Softball Factory Cleveland All-Star Experience. So awesome work, really nice job, and we can talk a little bit more about that. But I do want to make sure we go over your evaluation. Does that sound good?
Thank you.
Oh, of course, absolutely. So we'll start. So of course you did do the interactive video program. So in about a month from the date of the tryout, you got your parents will get an email, and that will have your video on there from the workout. That'll have your athletic numbers. It'll also have a written scouting report. But we'll go over that info now so you have it, and then we can go from there once you get it, okay?
Yep.
Sounds great.
All right. Excellent. So we'll start with your athletic numbers, and we'll start with your 20-yard dash. You did an excellent job. We had you at a 3.29.
Oh, thank you.
Our typical kind of 6th and 7th graders kind of around a 3.7. So you were way below that. I mean, you were actually better than the varsity average, which is like a 3.3 or so. So awesome work there.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Good burst of speed. Hey, we might have to move you to the middle infield with that speed at some point. So excellent job.
Thank you.
The next number, of course, the next number we have for you guys is going to be the broad jump. So that's looking at your lower half explosiveness. And we have seen a correlation between players that can jump far and players that can throw hard. Excellent job once again. We had you at a 5 feet 9 inches.
Wow.
And the national middle school average is about 4 feet 8 inches. So you're over a foot past that.
Good Lord. Wow.
So awesome job. Definitely don't see many middle schoolers that are kind of in that range whatsoever. So awesome job. Really nice work.
Thank you.
Are you sure they measured that right?
That's what I have in front of me.
All right.
I can only go on what I have and what's on the eval card. So
I'm just giving her a hard time.
Yes. No, absolutely. So great job. Awesome work there.
Thank you.
The next number is going to be the 5-10-5 shuttle. So that's looking at your lateral quickness, your body control, how well you keep your feet underneath of you. And we had you this past weekend at a 5.03. Typical middle school players are kind of a 5.5, 5.4 range. So excellent job. You're at below the high school average, is about a 5.25. So really nice work. That one typically trips players up if they've never done it before. So really excellent work.
Thank you.
Of course. Next number is going to be the grip strength. Of course, players that have stronger hands and forearms typically get a little more power at the plate. We had you at 57 pounds per square inch with your left hand, and we had you at 65 with the right. Typical middle school player is going to be about 47 cumulative pounds per square inch. So excellent job there as well.
All right.
Wow.
So great work. No complaints from my end. Really nice work across the board. And then the last 3 numbers are going to be softball-specific numbers. First is going to be pop time. So that's going to be the biggie for the catcher. That's going to be when you are old enough to kind of be recruited as a college player, as a future college player. It's going to be the first number for any catcher. That they're going to kind of categorize their catchers using that. So we have you at a 2.12. Most middle schoolers are kind of a 2.5 or so. So excellent work. Well below that. I mean, if you're in a few years, I think a good goal for you, if you can get to like the 1/8 or so, that is outstanding. So excellent job.
All right. Thank you.
Of course. And then the last 2 numbers, the first is exit velocity, how hard that ball is coming off your bat. We had you at 56 miles an hour. Middle school average about 44, so great job once again. And then raw velocity, which is just overhand arm strength, we had you at 50 miles an hour. Typical middle schooler is going to be about 47. So great job. Every single number is above where it needs to be. Awesome job. Good overall athlete. That's great to see.
Thanks.
Of course. So let's move to third base first. So first off, do a really nice job. Got really good footwork out at third base. Move well laterally. You got good range, particularly moving to your glove side. So that was great to see. Most encouraging thing is that when you field, good athletic fielding position, you stay low, you field the ball out in front, show soft hands, but you work through the ball, and when you go to throw, you stay low. See, a lot of players field, and they kind of stand straight up. That's obviously going to take time away, and it's going to kill their momentum headed towards their target. So great job there.
Thank you.
Good clean exchange from your glove to your throwing hand. Like your arm action as well. Stay short, make accurate throws, and do a nice job of following your throws as well. When you field those backhands, we want to see you just stay a little bit lower. Right now, you kind of stab that glove down, and that typically means that you're just a little bit too high when you field the backhand. If we stay low, we can work through that a little bit more. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But besides that, pretty clean across the board, of course. As you continue to get older, building arm strength is going to become more and more important. But that's just going to come with time, so excellent job.
Thank you.
Of course. So really nice job there. The next, we'll move to catching. So once again, light on your feet behind the plate as well. Really nice job. You do sometimes rock onto your heels just a little bit, so make sure we keep our weight on the balls of our feet. That's going to help us move laterally just a little bit cleaner. Do good presentation with your hands. I will say, when you go to kind of receive pitches, so to the outside part of the plate on the right-handed hitter, make sure you just extend that arm. Right now, you're letting that ball get a little too deep on you, so just try to stick that ball a little further out in front. That's just going to present a little bit better target to the umpire. When that ball gets deep on you, it's a little bit harder for that umpire to see where that pitch crossed the plate. And also, just when we start, just try to give the pitcher a little bit of a lower target. That's also going to just help the pitcher keep that ball low in the zone. It's also going to help you from a blocking standpoint, just because that glove will be lower to the ground. You'll be able to flip that glove, keep it in front if you do have to block.
Yeah.
In terms of exchange, once again, clean exchange when you go to throw down to second, and you pop up very well, and stay directional when you go to make those throws. Do an excellent job of creating backspin on those throws. That's going to help that ball carry. So excellent job. Quick transfer, and you do a nice job of staying over the top when you make those throws as well. So excellent job there. Of course, you continue to get used behind the plate. You'll just get used to just blocking. You do a nice job blocking, but of course in a game situation, when we don't know that pitch is going to be in the dirt, we'll just see you continue to develop there as well. So awesome job across the board.
Thank you.
Of course. And then, of course, we'll finish with hitting. So good athletic setup in the box. Do a really nice job from a separation standpoint. So what I mean by that is you lift your foot up, get that front foot down on time, and simultaneously those hands are getting loaded back into a good launch position. So as we're kind of gearing up to kind of start our swing, everything is in the right spot. When you do land with that front foot, you do an excellent job of keeping that front leg stiff. That is going to help you keep your weight kind of on between your two legs. When that front knee bends, typically our weight is going to drift out over our front foot. So you do a great job keeping that front leg stiff, and you are very well balanced from a weight distribution standpoint at contact. So great job there.
Thank you.
Have very fast bat speed, very quick hands, and do a nice job of swinging on plane. So you get on plane with the ball rather than kind of chopping at it or having an uppercut, which of course gives us a little bit, when we do have an uppercut, we do have to make sure if we're not right on time, we're going to see a lot. We're going to pop the ball up a lot. We're going to kind of top the ball a lot as well. A couple things to work on. So when you go to swing, so one, when through contact, want to see you finish that swing a little bit more. Sometimes you get to contact and you kind of cut yourself off a little bit.
Yeah.
You want to accelerate through that swing and finish through. And then when you do go to swing, make sure that the first movement with your hand, sometimes the hand kind of moves out from your out from your body, and then your swing kind of comes around the ball a little bit. So make sure we keep those hands inside. That's just going to keep us shorter to the ball. And when we do get those arms extended sometimes too early, it does lead to like a lot of rollovers to the shortstop and third baseman.
That's interesting.
But
Thanks.
overall,
Okay.
absolutely. So overall, great job.
Thank you.
Of course. So, like I mentioned, we did select you for those 3 events in this upcoming summer. They all kind of follow a very similar format. So, the events are going to be, so they all take place on college campuses. So, you would stay in the dorms with a player from across the country, and it would be about 10 hours of softball a day. So, players will, you'll spend a lot of the morning working on kind of athletic developments. You work on speed, you work on strength, kind of building arm strength, flexibility. All that's going to be softball related. So we're not going to necessarily kill you guys with that stuff because we know it's a long day. So we want you to, it's more of a learning kind of good technique and things that you can put into your daily routine, which then will help you kind of on the softball field. Throughout the day down there, you will spend a lot of time working with our coaches. Of course, at your primary and secondary position doing individual work, you'll do a lot of team defense, base running, whatever it may be, bunt coverages, stuff along those lines. And then you will spend, of course, a lot of time with our hitting coaches in the cages as well, so that you are continuing to build your approach at the plate as well as your swing mechanics. For all young players, continuing to get better is the name of the game at this point.
Wow.
There will also be there will be a little bit of kind of simulated gameplay, so we can see you hit against live pitching. We can see how you catch those pitchers and stuff along those lines. And then we'll have meetings at night about the recruiting process that's coming up in a few years, life skills, the importance of academics, stuff along those lines. And our coaches do a great job of a lot of them, most of them have played either in the SEC or the ACC, so big-time Division I softball. Some of them have played for Team USA. So they really know what it takes to kind of take those next steps as a young softball player, what it's really going to take to get to the next level. So the cool thing about these 3 events is there is an experiential piece as well. So the College World Series event, players will get to go to a doubleheader at the Division I College World Series. So, of course, a lot of players watch that on TV. You'll get to experience that firsthand. I know some of our some years, those players will get to meet some of those teams as well. Some of those teams have actually worked with our players as well. The International Cup, it's the World Cup of softball. So players will get to watch Team USA play in a doubleheader, and I know for sure that Team USA has come and helped out with our coaching as well. So obviously that is a very cool experience as well. And in the Cleveland All-Star experience, players will have an opportunity to go to the MLB All-Star game. So I'm not sure if you're a big baseball fan, but that is part of that event as well.
That's cool.
So while you are down there, you're being evaluated similar to one of our one-day events. Of course, we're getting a much better understanding of who you are as a softball player. So do you ask questions? Do you have a high softball IQ? Are you a good teammate? Do you hustle? Stuff like that. So when you return, your softball factory player page, which we'll get in a month, will have all of your updated numbers on there. So any athletic number that has improved since the last time we've seen you will go on there, and then you'll also get a new written scouting report as well.
Oh, wow.
And so what comes with that is every time we see you moving forward, so what comes with being part of our player development program, which signing up for one of these events automatically puts you into our player development program, is that you'll be able to come back to these one-day workouts free for the rest of your middle school and high school career. So every time we see you, that page will be continuously updated so that you can see your progress. And when you get to the time where, hey, you've decided, hey, I want to pursue college softball, they'll be able to see kind of where you've come from and your hard work, how it's paying off as well. So that is, of course, if you want to get more video in the future, that will be discounted for you moving forward. And then, of course, I'm here as a resource for you as well. So if you do have any questions about the recruiting process in a few years, your dad just wants to talk about, hey, what you're going to do next year, summer ball wise, whatever it may be, I'm here to talk as well. But congratulations, Zoe. You did a great job.
Thank you.
I hope you're excited about your selections. Do either of you have any questions at this point?
Yeah, actually, I do, Bobby, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'm a just to give you a little background. I'm a professional soccer coach, and and so I've worked with kids in the United States Development Academy, the National Training Centers, and all that. And I'm sorry, I mean, I just want to have a question for you about what percentage of kids that participate in this get the invites. And excuse my for asking, but in soccer, there's a ton of organizations that don't sound as legit as yours, but I just want to make sure, like, not everyone gets in, right? It's pretty selective.
No, it's all based on how players do at the workout. So we have no number of players that we go into any trial and say, like, we need to pick this many players. We have workouts where we have no players. We have workouts where 90% of the players, just based on their talent, fall.
Okay.
So we are a little bit more kind of open at the younger ages and kind of the middle school level, just because we know, hey, there are players that are really good athletes, but maybe they're lacking some things on the softball side. Or we see the opposite, like a player, hey, we need to make sure that they're continuing to get faster and stronger, but they have a great glove, they have a strong arm. So it's a little bit more kind of fragmented together. Maybe not everyone is the full, kind of the full package at this point, but we want to help those players as well, kind of especially at the earlier ages for sure.
Okay, that's fine. And you would say, I mean, so do players typically get invited to all three? Is it like if you get to one, you get to all three, or are they very selective across those as well?
So these are all kind of, since they're kind of training oriented, these players would qualify for more than one of these.
Okay.
Just kind of based on just who else is invited to those types of events.
Okay, great. No, that covers it, and I think we're definitely interested, and we appreciate it. I mean, your evaluation was great, and I know it's just super information, and I know she was really impressed with how it ran, as was my father. So we really appreciate it, and thank you.
Of course.
Okay, thank you very much.
Absolutely. So if it is something you guys want to do, since it is invite only, all you have to do is give me a call and we can go from there. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah, we'll talk it over. We'll look at the information here, and we'll get back to you.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Thank you very much.
All right. You guys have a great rest of your day, okay?
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Thanks.